See, you know what? Because I heard the click stop and I thought you stopped.
Hey, what's up guys? It's Lucas and you're watching Fine Tuning. Some of my guitar playing friends, a lot of my guitar playing friends, have pointed out that the ratio of PRS guitars, Paul Reed Smith guitars, that I own to everything else is noticeable. And that is true. But that got me thinking, why specifically do I continue to go back to PRS stuff time and time again versus everything else? I have 7 PRS guitars, so here are 7 reasons why PRS is my favorite guitar manufacturer. Not in any order, by the way, just as they come out. Number 1, tuning stability. With precisely machined vibrato units, expertly cut and polished nut slots, and locking tuners, I know that my PRSs are going to stay in tune all night long with minimal tuning breaks. I've been using these tremolo systems for 15 years now, and they are consistently rock solid in tune. I can lean on these to do the job over and over again. I know from experience. Number 2, excellent frets. Not only are the frets that PRS put in their guitars perfectly leveled, crowned, and polished from the factory, but they're also extremely hard and durable. I played my original Custom 24 almost every day and at every show for 10 years before I had the frets dressed. And to be honest, I didn't really need to have the frets dressed. It's just that I sent the guitar back to the factory to have some upgrades done, and they were nice enough to go ahead and knock it out for me while it was there. Frets are what make or break a guitar for me. They have to be big enough for bending, hard enough to be durable, and also they need to be perfectly level so I can get a nice low action. Number 3, sustain and resonance. Not that other manufacturers can't do this as well, but I have never, and I mean never, picked up a PRS from any line that wasn't acoustically alive and resonant. I used to work for a PRS dealer and I'm a guitar technician. I have had hundreds of these things in my hands. Not one dead guitar. Not one. This is important for the sustain and the fullness of the sound of the guitar, in my opinion. I can and do buy guitars without plugging them in because I can tell acoustically whether or not that guitar is going to sound good. Number 4, scale length. This one is sort of personal to my style. I enjoy both Gibson and Fender style guitars, which have a 24 3/4 inch and 25.5 inch scale respectively. I've always liked the sort of sweetness that comes from a Gibson scale, but I also really enjoy the more tight and crisp bottom that comes with the Fender scale. The PRS's 25 inch standard scale kind of comes sort of in between the two, and it feels just right to me. It's also great for a little extra tension when you're tuning 1/2 step down, which was the standard for all the InterTwyneD stuff. which you can check out in the description. 2 whole albums worth of music for free. Number 5, consistency. A PRS is a PRS is a PRS. Private stock, core, S2, SE, pick any 2 guitars from the same line and they are going to feel very similar. When I buy or trade something for a PRS, I know what I'm getting. I could switch between any of my PRSs for recording, practice, playing a show, and my playing style does not need to adjust because they all have that feel. Now, some people like to change things up, which is fine, but it's very helpful to me to have a consistency in the feel of the guitar, the taper, the pots, and also the particular value cap they use as a treble bleed. My sound is just as much my pickups and my hands as it is the electronics that they run through before they leave the guitar. Number 6, the overall aesthetic. I, like many guitar players, care about the design of my guitars. I grew up watching my favorite guitar players play Strats and Tellys and Les Pauls and SGs and 335s, etc. And the thing that all these guitars have in common is a sort of softer design philosophy. The curves and lines, the carve in the top, the scoop and the cutaway, the headstock shape. All of these things sort of reference those classic guitar designs while still maintaining what I think is a kind of elegant and sort of modern look and feel. Some people call these guitars for doctors and lawyers, but there's a reason you continue to see them in players' hands from every genre and every level. Number 7, the philosophy. This is a big one for me. If you look at the history of Paul's guitar making, from the pre-factory stuff through the introduction of the SE and the S2 lines to the modern core production stuff, you can see all the way through there's a never-ending effort to make them better. And it's always little things. Finish formula changes, unplated brass in places, tuner revisions, partial tap circuits. Every year, something is going to be changed to make all the guitars like 1% better. And you know what? That adds up. Paul Reed Smith is a major manufacturer of electric guitars. I would put them on the same playing field as some of these giant companies that have been around since the 1950s. People like to say the Norlin era was like the dark time for Gibson, or that the post-CBS Fender guitars aren't as good. But when is the dark era of Paul Reed Smith guitars? As far as I'm concerned, there isn't one. They continue to innovate and improve, and I think it's safe to say that we can continue to expect that from them for years to come. Thanks for watching this video on the 7 reasons that I love Paul Reed Smith guitars. Did I miss something that you like about PRS guitars, or do you hate them because they're only for blues lawyers? Let me know in the comments. Until next time, I'll catch you later.